Hey guys, I welcome you to my 2-year anniversary special. On December 9, 2020, I created this channel out of complete boredom, and now it's been exactly 2 years since I created it. And yeah, in this video I will be showing you every robbery in Jailbreak and how to rob it. This video will start off by the stationary robberies, then the moving robberies, and then the small robberies. So yeah, let's get started. Number 1. The Bank. Added when Jailbreak released in beta. It is the first ever robbery in the game and has been revamped around 3 times. The exterior is black and green, same goes with the inside. Now, to rob it, you're gonna need a keycard. Eliminate a cop or pickpocket a cop. Now that you got your keycard, you can now start the robbery. To start it, go to the main iron door. Once you go in, there's no going back, as you have now started the heist. As of right now, there are currently 9 floors. The classic floor, the mint, the blue, corridor, deductions, underwater, the basement, upper management, and the hardest one, the presidential vault. For the blue vault, you go down this elevator to the floor. There is no other way out other than blowing up the door next to it. So make sure you blow up both. Once the doors have been exploded, rob it until you get a full bag. Once you get a full bag, go to the other door that you blew up. Also, please remember that when you are robbing it, the door may close because of how much time you spent in the vault. So you may have to blow it up again because of the time. Once you are in the other room, dodge some lasers and climb up the ladder to go to the side of the bank. Now remember, since there is only one exit, cops are known to camp this exit, in result getting you arrested. So make sure you bring guns to defend yourself from the cops when entering the vault and the campers. Number 2. The Jewelry Store. This is the jewelry store, the second robbery to be added into Jailbreak, and has been revamped around 3 times. To rob this, head on any side of the store with an X on the ground, then walk on it. This will cut the glass on the bottom so that you can crawl in. Now that you're in the jewelry store, avoid the laser to start punching the jewelry cases. Keep punching until you get a full bag. Once you got a full bag, go up the stairs and do the obby. The obby is pretty hard, so it might take some practice and a few tries to do it. Once you are on the roof, you can exit and turn it in. Now that you're outside, go to the criminal base. If you see a building with a bridge like this, it's across the jewelry store. Go to it and you'll see it. Go in, and now you have collected your money. Nice. Number 3. The Museum. This is the museum. Came out in 2018 as the 3rd robbery ever, and was revamped around 2 times. This building was originally a radio station that served no purpose. To rob it, you need at least 2 people to rob it, and to exit. Once you got 2 people, climb up to the roof, then tell the other person to push the fuse box, and then you press the fuse box. This will explode the roof, allowing you to enter. Once you are in, you can now start collecting. There are lots of items here to collect. Now that you and the other player have a full bag, you need to go to one of the sides with a puzzle. Tell the other player to go to one of the sides while you go to the other. Now I'll be showing you how to complete the puzzles if you don't know how. For the pipe maze puzzle, click on the tiles to rotate it. Keep doing this until you make the pipes reach the end. It's pretty simple. Just click until the pipes connect. Once you complete it, the door will open. Now, for the gem rotate puzzle, you need to click the gems until it's straight. Once you complete it, the door will open. Just click the gems until it goes to the gem shape. Once both doors are open, go to one of the rooms and tell the other player to pull. Once you see the sensor green, you pull. Once both levers have been pulled, you can now exit. Now, you need to go to the criminal base to collect it, but not the criminal base I showed you in the jewelry store part. You need to go to the volcano base, and I'll show you how to get there right now. Alright, we are now in the volcano base. Once you are there, go inside until you see a collector. Go to the collector and now you have the money. Great. Number 4, the power plant. This is the power plant, the 4th stationary robbery to be added to Jailbreak, and was revamped one time. This building was originally a factory with no entrance and served no purpose up until 2019. To rob it, head to the city criminal base, but don't go into the base, go straight and then you will see a cargo port, but I will talk about that later on. Keep going straight until you see the power plant. Once you are there, go near the iron door and you will see an electrical box. Go to it and a line connect puzzle GUI will pop up. Just connect the lines until you complete it. It's pretty simple. Once you complete it, the iron door will open. Go inside and onto the conveyor belt. Now avoid the lasers until you see a workstation. Go to the workstation and you will see more wires. Once you walk up to the wires, the line puzzle GUI will pop again, but harder. Once you have completed it, just go onto the conveyor belt in front of you, avoid the hydraulic presses, lasers, and kill bugs. Once you have gotten to the exit, go outside and head to the volcano base. But be quick, your uranium will run out fast, causing you to run out of money. So be quick. Once you are at the volcano base, go to the collector like the museum and turn it in. And don't worry, there will be a waypoint to navigate you to the volcano base. Number 5, the tomb. This is the tomb, the 5th stationary robbery to be added to Jailbreak. This area was originally the tomb value spawn and has been moved to the tomb exit. To rob it, you need at least 3 people to rob it. Once you're at 3 players, all of you go to this pressure plate. This will reveal the secrets of the tomb by opening the door. Once the door is open, jump down. Next, there will be a door falling down slowly, showing the first part of the tomb. The floor will be put spikes up and damage you, so be careful. It will show you where the spikes will go though. Next, you need to go to this tunnel, which will lead to the second part of the tomb. In this part, there will be several platforms which you need to jump to the next part. There are dispenser shooting arrows which does a lot of damage. So be careful. In this stage, there will be a bridge that will fall as you walk in it, so be quick. A lot of people died here due to 2 people going at the same time, being too slow, and that one guy that stays at the end of the bridge so that they can make you fall, causing you to die and disable the contracts. Now that you got past the bridge, you can now start robbing. Walk out of the gate and open it. Same goes for the other gates. Once they are open, you can now rob. There are several gems scattered around the room which you can collect. Collect the gem and wait a few seconds. In a few seconds, a door will open which will lead to the final part. Once the door is open, there will be a minecart waiting and the other collector. Go on the minecart and now you are almost out. There will be a few obstacles that damage you during the ride, so make sure to press E. Avoid the obstacles until you get to the exit, and don't worry, you don't need to go to a criminal base for this, as it will automatically turn it in for you. Number 6. The Casino. This is the Casino, released in the 2022 live event in April and was revamped 2 times. Yeah, that fast. This is going to be a long part again, so yeah, prepare yourselves. To rob it, head to the north of the prison where you see a crown icon. Once you enter, you will need to find a code around the room, so keep a lookout. Once you find the code, go to this door behind the Discord floor and enter the code. Now that you're in, go to this elevator and press security. This will take you to the 2nd floor. Once you are on the 2nd floor, you want to go behind this wall that has a lot of computers. Go up the computers and hack it, and keep hacking each computer until you see a red screen. Press E and now you've disabled security. Once you do that, go back to the elevator and press vaults. This will take you to the -1 floor, or the basement. Once you are on the vault floor, go to one of these windows and break them. Now that you've broken them, start walking until you see this tunnel. Then keep walking until you see the vault. Go up to the vault and crack it. To crack it, it's kinda complicated to do. First, you need to start cracking it, and once you see green, crack it until you see green, which then you will crack it again, until you see green, which you will then crack it again one last time until the vault door opens. Once you are in the vault, you can now start collecting. Go up to the money and collect it. In the locked vaults, it's the same process as the main door. Once you have a full bag, go all the way back to the elevator. And then go to roof, or the ground floor. Once you are on the roof, jump down to your vehicle, and now go to the volcano base to collect it. But be warned, there is a time to rob the casino, which means there is limited time to rob it. Once the timer hits 0, then you will die inside. So be quick. Great! Now we are done with the stationary robberies, and now we can move on to the moving robberies. Let's get started! Number 1. The cargo train. This is the cargo train, added in the winter 2017 update. On launch, the train was extremely buggy and glitchy, causing the train to derail, flame players across the map, and teleport players under the map, and more. During its lifetime, the train has gone through so many renovations, making the train less buggy, and was revamped 1 time alongside seasonal changes. To rob it, first find the red cart. There should be a green train icon on it. Then attempt to get on the train, and go onto the red cart. Once you are on the red cart, go and open the door. Now while you are still on the roof, breach the vault. The reason why we breached the vault on the roof is to prevent players from flinging into the lasers. Once the vault has been breached, you can now go inside. Keep note that the train has 4 box carts as of a recent update, and some of those carts have very hard obstacles that could kill you, so be careful. Once you get past the lasers, go in the vault and rob it like the bank. Once you get a full bag, go back to open the main door and exit the train. Keep in mind that you have a limited time to rob it since it spawns at Crater City and despawns at the train station near the gas station. Number 2. The passenger train. Now, just like the cargo train, you have a limited time to rob it, as it spawns at the train station near the gas station and despawns at Crater City. It was revamped one time alongside seasonal changes, and the robbing format is different. To rob it, either wait for the train to stop at the train station near the museum, or get on while it's moving, which is really hard. Once you are in, you can now start robbing. The robbing mechanic is fairly simple. Just collect items until you get a full bag. Once you get a full bag, exit the train. But it's not done yet. Find your vehicle and turn it in at either the criminal bases to get your money. Number 3. The bank truck. Now, I really wouldn't consider this as a robbery, since to start the robbery you need 2 cops to deliver it to a random destination, which then they can collect the money like the bank. But criminals can still get some money, as long as they fight. This is the bank truck, added in the winter update of 2020, and was updated 0 times, and never updated. To rob it, you need at least 2 police officers, which you can then deliver to these destinations. Once you've driven the truck to an area, you can now start robbing. Go inside the truck and stay there until you get a full bag. Once you get a full bag, walk away from the truck and there you will get their money. Now when the truck has been delivered, when you drive it, money falls out of it which you can collect. Number 4. The cargo plane. This is the cargo plane, added in the winter update of 2019, and of course, it never updated. It stayed the same, but we might get a revamp later this month, so yeah. Before, you needed a keycard to exit the plane, which made it a lot harder. So either you had to perish alone, or get a keycard from one of the crates. But nowadays, it's not like that. You no longer need a keycard to exit, but you do need a keycard to exit the hatch on top. To rob it, you need to head on over to the Bounty Bay Airport, which is right here. Then wait for the cargo plane to spawn. You can call the cargo plane to come to the airport, but you need to be a cop to do it. Once it arrives at the airport, enter and wait for it to take off. Once it take off, wait for it to reach a high altitude to be able to inspect the crate. Once it reaches a high altitude, you can now start inspecting. There are 2 items you can get from the crates. A crate that you can turn in to get money, and a key card. Once you get a crate, exit the plane by pulling the lever. Parachute out of the plane and head yourself to the cargo port I mentioned earlier. Head over here to collect your money. Number 5. The cargo ship. This is the cargo ship, the hardest robbery of them all. The reason why it's very hard is that there are turrets guarding the boat. This robbery was added in the Oceans the Ship update in 2020, and never had an update yet. To rob it, you will need a helicopter, so make sure you get one. Next, you would want to head to the cargo ship and deploy your rope by pressing G. Once you are near the ship, lower your helicopter and attach the rope on one of the crates. Once you got a crate, follow the waypoint that leads you to the cargo port. Now go to this building and drop the crate in by pressing G again. But be careful, there are very strong turrets that can kill you no matter what team you are. As a cop though, you can get money by attaching your rope to the crate and dropping it in the water. And this is the only robbery in the game where you can rob it 2 times in one spot. Now that we're finished with the moving robberies, we can now move on to the small robberies. Number 1. The Donut Store. This is the Donut Store, added in a June update in 2017 and has been revamped 1 time. To rob it, go inside and press E until you get the money, but keep in mind, when the icon is red, it means it's closed. But there's a cool item that you get in a donut store, and you guessed it, it's the donut. But what does it do? Well, when you eat it, you regenerate a decent amount of health when you took in damage. Number 2. The Gas Station. This is the gas station, added in the August update in 2017. Correct me if I'm wrong, though Jailbreak Wiki couldn't tell me the correct date. It only told me the revamp date. To rob it, go inside and press it until you get the money. Keep in mind, when the icon is red, it means it's closed. But there's a cool item you get in the gas station, and you guessed it, it's the soda can. But what does it do? When you drink it, you get a small speed boost, but you will take 50% damage. And while doing so, there are side effects that change your avatar size. Well, I have mentioned everything, have I? That's gonna end it with this video. This was such an amazing year, and I hope it will be amazing next year. So yeah, thank you guys so much for 2 years, and until next year, we'll meet again. Bye!